probably the game of the weekend, although there were a lot of good ones. The Dallas Cowboys get the win over the Philadelphia Eagles, 40-34. And I kept thinking during this game, because this was the big blow up during the week, Chris, for you, is that
Right.
you said that you dared say the Eagles would be not that bad with Gardner Minshew, and Eagles fans tore you apart. They're like, "How dare you say something like that against our team or against Jalen Hurts?" But here you go. They weren't significantly worse than the Cowboys, and they could have won this game if it weren't for some late turnovers. 40-34 was the final score, and I just kept thinking how many Eagles fans were out there being like, "Gardner, don't win this game. Don't let Chris be right. Don't let Chris be right." You almost were, Chris.
Well, I mean, again, it's the tough part of the business, right? It was a great game. You said that. I mean, it was the marquee game of the weekend with these two teams, especially, and it being the Cowboys. And but yeah, Amon, my point to how you were explaining it wasn't that Gardner Minshew's better than Jalen Hurts. It's just that offense is still going to be able to move the ball down the field against anybody in the league with Gardner Minshew a quarterback. And win or lose, I think we saw that. That's for sure. Let alone like self-inflicted mistakes where they could have easily won the game. I mean, up 27-20. At that point, nobody's stopping them. Fumble the exchange on a handoff, right? And then, hey, of course, at the end of the game, we have the interceptions and the fumbles too. And, Gardner wasn't perfect. It was his first time playing. Just think about that. I had some people on social media like, it's not as good. And I want to be like, I didn't think it was going to be as good. Like, but here he hasn't played all year, and it was still very good to where they were moving the ball like a machine up and down the field on one of the best defenses in the game. But hey, say what you want. I got concerns a little bit with both defenses. Dallas's playmakers made it happen at the end of the football game. Whether it's the strip on Miles Sanders, how about the rookie Bland with the interception? I mean, hey, Gardner Minshew, both of his interceptions were tough. They were both good plays by the defenders, right? The second one, really a good play by Deron Bland, who we talked about him last week, right? Ahmed, he's a player, but fun game to watch. Gardner Minshew did a really good job. And my point was that Philadelphia would be just fine with Gardner Minshew. And I think that point should have been received, or you're just being a hater at this point and just don't want to admit it.
Like, I remember when Brock Purdy was inserted as the 49ers quarterback, the rookie, the 7th rounder, last pick of the draft. You were like, I think their ceiling is lowered now. Now, maybe that's changed since then. We'll get to the 49ers. Yeah. Do you think that if Hurts is supposed to come back, he might even come back in the regular season, if they had to go the rest of the way with Gardner Minshew, could they still win the Super Bowl?
Yes, but I don't think that necessarily means that their ceiling is higher with Jalen Hurts. I do want to make sure that's definitely felt. His playmaking ability, his running ability puts that offense to another edge, whether it's the scrambling or the quarterback design runs. It gives them another element that just makes them even tougher to defend, especially against the elite defenses in football. Do I still think that Philadelphia could win a Super Bowl with Gardner Minshew? Yes. And again, that's, Ahmed, think about who we're talking to here. I mean, I'm the guy, my dad was on a good team and really good team and got hurt. And then the backup went and won the Super Bowl. So I'm not trying to put anybody down or take credit from anybody. I'm just trying to explain football and how it works and how good this football team is. I can't remember if I said this to you last week or not, but I mean, hey, Joe Montana left the 49ers and Steve Young and the 49ers went to what? 4 to the next 5 NFC championship games and won a Super Bowl, and we're the second best team in football. They just couldn't beat the Cowboys in a championship game. So that's all I was trying to say. Again, it's not disrespect to Jalen Hurts, but it's a really good football team. We saw that. But how could you not be a little concerned? Forget Gardner Minshew and the offense. I'm not worried about that. It's the defense on both sides of the ball there that I would be more concerned with anything after seeing that game on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, what do you make of the Dallas defense? Number 1 defense, gave up 442 yards against Gardner Minshew. Did get the 4 turnovers, though, although some were self-inflicted by the Eagles. Yeah, do you have concerns about the Cowboys defense? Because I think the thought for a long time has been, the offense can be good, it can be elite, but, man, they can just rely on that defense to take them all the way to the big game. What do you make of Dallas's defense?
It's almost reversed, Ahmed. It's almost where I go, the offense is elite right now, and it's almost unstoppable. And the defense is, good and got some playmakers, but inconsistent. And Ahmed, I think, we've hit on it a lot. This is, see, to me, when they have to play a team that is big and powerful up front, and then at least has somewhat of a good passing game, and we know Philadelphia has better than a somewhat of a good passing game, it puts them in a tough spot. See, that's why they could match up well with the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota's run game's not scary, right? So that's why they could, oh, okay, we can kind of, play more pass defense and we still feel like we can stop the run. But with like teams like Jacksonville and Philadelphia who are really big up front, and it poses a problem to them where they go, oh, wait, we got to put an extra guy down there. We got to play some man to man. We got to take run blitz to stop some of these runs and all that. And then as you're seeing a Trevor Lawrence or the Philadelphia Eagles, they have enough of a passing attack to go, boy, you're going to play us this aggressively? Well, we could take advantage of it too. That's where I worry about them. It's like we've said, it's a smaller defense. So therefore, they have to use chaos and creativity to make plays. And when you do that, you can get burned as well. And I think we're seeing that a little bit here as of late.
Doomsday defense, more like Doomsday defense.
Doomsday.
Right?
Well,
Pete
and they wear
out. Pete wrote that. Yeah. We got to give credit to Pete on that one. Who's working on the day after Christmas?
He sounds like a Giants fan who's a hater on the Cowboys. That's what that sounds like.
We got a question from Amy X Joshua. Back to Gardner Minshew. Damn okay, Gardner Minshew. Do you think that performance, he should be a starter in the league?
Well, I think Gardner Minshew is one of those guys that he's hopefully gets a chance somewhere one point here and gets a chance to prove himself to be a starter with at least a quality team around him, right? I honestly think in a lot of ways, Taylor Heineke, but I think he's actually a better thrower and a better player within the pocket than Taylor Heineke. Maybe can't make some of those magic plays that we've seen, but he would be to me the guy if I'm the Arizona Cardinals, right? We don't know if Kyler Murray is going to be ready to go. I don't think Colt McCoy is going to continue to play, and he's getting to an age where I don't know if they can necessarily depend on him to be healthy and be the guy. But that's what Ahmed, hey, we'll take a shot on this guy for a year and see maybe he can be the guy, and if not, then we'll go to the draft. I feel like that's kind of where he is: low-level starter, big-time, high-end backup.
4 turnovers is what it took for the Cowboys to win this game, despite Gardner Minshew being in there, no Jalen Hurts, and still only won by 6. And they actually have their 2 losses this year, Chris. They had 4 turnovers in each of those games. Did the Eagles 13-2 now? And you've given me the Columbo, the one finger here. There's one more thing I want to say about this game.
One more thing, okay? And then just the Philadelphia defense. Again, it's really good, but my issue with Philadelphia a little bit, Ahmed, and hear me out on this, is I just don't think they force the issue enough. It's kind of been my issue with them really for 2 years. They've gotten better at it and become a little more creative and tactically aggressive. But for me, they're too talented and too good. There's too many plays, and I'll be interested to go back and watch this film where I just go, the quarterback's too comfortable. He walks in the line of scrimmage. They knows the coverage. There's no disguise. It's just oh, here it is. And you know me, and I think this is pretty true to modern day football. Unless you just have a super, super, super unbelievable, crazy good defense, you got to change it up and try to trick these quarterbacks a little bit and take some calculated chances. And to me, Ahmed, when you have that type of offense and you're that good on that side of the ball as Philadelphia is on the offensive side of the ball, I wouldn't want to play conservative. We'll slowly bend and let the good teams drive down the field and keep Jalen Hurts and our offense on the sideline. So I would like to see them change that. We'll see. And, maybe that was a little bit of a wake-up call on Saturday afternoon.
Well, it's weird. They're doing both. They're bending, they're breaking, they're doing a little bit of a combination of 2 of the worst things, because that T.Y. Hilton 52-yard catch on 3rd and 30. That was a huge play in the game.
Huge play in cover 2, and they just didn't play it right. And that's where I want to go back and watch the film a little bit to go what was the safety over there doing? Why did he get stuck in the middle of the field more than he should? And then even the corner and cover 2, the corners are responsible for the flat. But if there's nobody in the flat, they got to keep going. And it just seemed like they messed up some details in this game and got a little sloppy. And Dallas wanted to make a point to go, hey, we can beat you. And I think they played a good game and made their point, and we'll see. I'm not so sure they can beat Philadelphia in Philadelphia with a healthy Jalen Hurts, though. That's a different question.
It's funny. We haven't seen either team play. Well, we haven't seen the Dak versus Jalen Hurts game yet. It was Cooper Rush the first time they played, and here
I
you
know,
have Gardner
right?
Minshew the second time.
Yeah.
So if they play in the playoffs, hopefully we finally get that match.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.